So quantitative easing may be a clunky phrase, and it's proved to be very divisive. And in one country in particular, it is a touchy subject that reaches back into one of the most traumatic episodes in history. Owen Fairclough explains exactly why.
Inflation destroyed Germany's economy in the 1920s. Instead of raising taxes to finance its part in the First World War, the government had printed more money. And all that excess cash in the system sent prices rocketing.
Inflation had taken off so heavily that prices would basically double every 4 days, and it came to an end in that farmers would no longer accept paper money for their goods, and there was food shortages that started to occur. The value of money was actually worth less than, for example, wood or coal, so people started burning money or used it to put on walls as wallpaper because it was cheaper that way.
The economic collapse partly contributed to the rise of Adolf Hitler. And history still resonates today in Germany when quantitative easing and printing money are mentioned in the same breath.
I think one of the reasons is that this hyperinflation was really dramatic, especially for the middle class. There were a lot of people who actually went from a relatively easy middle class life to being impoverished because their life savings were worth nothing within a matter of a few days. So there's a historical factor in this. The other reason is that Germany has a traditionally high savings rate, for example, that people are in general maybe a bit more risk averse. So inflation also impacts people more quickly than it might here.
Germany's central bank president also thinks cheaper oil prices are their own kind of stimulus, so there's no need for quantitative easing, or QE. Here in the United States, QE doesn't have the same historic stigma as it does in Germany. The Federal Reserve has put trillions of dollars into the economy, and so far it appears to have worked. The US is doing better than any advanced nation, and inflation, rather than going up, has gone down slightly. And that means I can indulge in a hot dog or two without it breaking the bank. The hope in Europe now rests on spending nearly $68 billion a month until September 2016 to push inflation back, but not beyond the optimum level of 2%. Owen Fairclough, CCTV, Washington.